Grabbing your attention. This is the goal that every anime strives to do from its very first episode. And what is more impressionable than the characters themselves, or rather, their designs? Sometimes people will watch anime just because a certain studio that makes great designs is working on it. However, there are quite a few examples on how character designs can affect anime as a whole. Hello everyone, this is the RPG Monger, and today, let's take a look at one of the most simple, yet most important points of not just anime, but really any animation in general, character designs. Now tell me, when you think anime, most of the time, the first image that comes to your head will be along these lines, the typical character design that takes up a majority of anime. This is because after seeing so many characters of this similar design, you begin to associate the entire medium with that typical moe face. As a result, automatically when you see an anime with characters that look even slightly different from this common base, interests become much more piqued compared to an anime with characters that fit the base to a T. For better or for worse, character designs really can determine whether people will watch an anime in the first place. For example, when you see an anime have that particular design that Trigger loves to use in their anime, usually you will go watch it, or at least I will. And on a more extreme level, with the unique character designs of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, you can basically identify anything that is from it immediately with no hesitation whatsoever. This in turn affects its popularity, and ever since it began getting anime adaptations in 2012, its popularity and just general presence online has grown exponentially, all from just the basic designs of the faces in JoJo. In fact, I believe that the same can be said for Dragon Ball, as the character designs from Akira Toriyama are another one of the more recognizable ones across all the mediums he participates in. I could go on and on about series who owe their popularity in part to the designs of their characters, but let's move on from just the surface level of things and see how they affect just the experience of watching the anime they are from in general. Aside from the attitude a character displays, usually the first thing you get is the design of the character. Whether you realize it or not, character designs actually affect how you view a character in their entirety. From my experience, the anime that manipulate this concept the most would have to be a lot of the anime in the ecchi and harem genre. Though how could that be? Well, it's pretty obvious when you've given it a bit of thought. Think back to all of the protagonists from anime of that genre. Notice how the majority of them aren't exactly very unique, and pretty much plain altogether. That, my friends, is what we call a self-insert character. I'm sure you could already understand their purpose, but basically, it's a character that nearly everyone can see themselves as, and that works perfectly in attracting people to harem and ecchi anime, because I think we both know what the ulterior motives are there. But I digress. Back onto what I was saying earlier, character designs really can affect whether you sympathize with the character or not. Like, for example, Goku is probably one of your more perfect models for protagonists in terms of design. Off the bat, you can just tell that he exudes the fact that no, yeah, he's definitely the good guy. Well, you can take a look at Frieza and see that there's no doubt that he's a villain, because sometimes all you need to set an atmosphere is just the design of a character itself. Like in Trigun right before the final battle of the anime, the main villain, Knives, shows no sign of aggression and even looks friendly. But since we, the audience, know what's about to happen, it makes the scene all more foreboding and menacing. I know I just doomed myself to a comment section of JoJo memes, but it would have happened anyway, huh? But that's just the start of it all. It's when character designs are used to hide a character's true intentions that it really molds and shapes the plot as a whole. Like, for example, and you see this happen quite a bit actually. The tough guy character, usually the character that the protagonist looks up to, having a tough yet kind design and ending up as a villain. Character designs are amazing tools for your classic betrayal, but that isn't even the half of it. Changing character designs as the story goes on is a fantastic way to subtly develop your characters and create more of an attachment with the audience, because I don't know about you, but something I always love is when I get to watch characters I'm attached to age and progress through their respective story and just life in general. Once again, I'd have to say that one of my favorite series to do this would have to be JoJo, because as I said similarly in my video on time skips, just seeing Joseph's character design change over time from a snarky young man to a much more mature older man to just a borderline senile old man is really something that you don't get very often. And I know this isn't anime, but I feel that with a topic topic like this, it would be a grave mistake to not mention it. The character design of Samurai Jack throughout the 5th season of Samurai Jack is truly one of my most favorite uses of plot progression via character design. It truly is a classic redemption story, with the season starting out with him looking much more tired, broken down, and cold with his hair and facial hair completely grown out. But then, towards the end of the show, once he redeems himself, he regains his initial design from the first 4 seasons. It really goes to show just how many ways character designs can be used in not only anime, but in any medium. Though then, there is the final way character designs can impact shows like these: comical effect. You see this in many anime, like with the short, cute character ending up the most aggressive of them all, or the reverse, with the extremely burly and menacing character being the most friendly. Not to mention, there's also the rapid design changes for more lighthearted scenes, like in Berserk with Puck becoming chibi in comical moments, or in Hellsing with everyone adopting a simplistic style for silly moments. Though now, to wrap this all up, here's a lasting thought for you all. Sometimes, the most overlooked things that are in your face all the time are the most important. Character design really does affect not just anime, but all mediums way more than we think it does. Bet you're gonna be paying a lot more attention to character designs now, huh? If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, do subscribe. And today's cool thing of the day is Joseph Joestar, because I'm not gonna lie, he has to be one of my favorite characters from just about anything in general. And a bit of a question for you all: if you know a character that is developed as much as Joseph in a similar fashion, please tell me. I need more characters like that. Though that being said, I'm the RPG Monger, and don't forget that each and every one of you are fantastic.